Talk to us about your overarching philosophy in how you will run the office in terms of traditional activism, and also how do you see your office interacting with the legislature and governor? And I believe, Mr. Brauchler, we're starting with you.
First off, as many of you know, and a lot of groups don't, the Attorney General is the attorney for all of state government except the legislature. So judicial branch gets sued or they have questions, Attorney General can represent them. The governor has things they want to know, and he's not here, neither of them are here. You would get legal advice from your attorney, and as your attorney, I wish you would have stayed. But if the legislature gets into trouble, they have to call Frank Weiser. No, I don't know who they call, but they don't call us. The focus that I want to have as Attorney General is to not be some policy champion out there. Policy should be set by legislators and by gubernatorial candidates and the administrative agencies that are our clients. What I want to embrace is the rule of law. Not my version of what the regulation should be, not some brand new creative lawyering. That's what you want to see on the defense side, not on the government side. You want predictability and stability, and you also want an open door. The only other thing I would tell you is this: my conversation with a Governor Polis or a Governor Stapleton would be identical to begin. And that would be, one, I am your attorney. If there are policy things you want to accomplish, even if I disagree with them, as long as they are lawful and they're constitutional, I will give you the best legal advice to achieve them. But if what you want to do violates our laws or our Constitution, then I'm the wrong guy to have in the room, because I won't play that role. My obligation is to defend our laws and our Constitution. There is a partisan process to get to this office, no doubt, just like there was for district attorney. But just like for district attorney, once you get elected, there are no Republican victims. There are no Democrat constituents. There are only Coloradans who are entitled to equal protection of the laws. And that would be the guiding principle for the way I would conduct myself as your Attorney General. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Weiser?
Let me start with the people of Colorado, because that's your primary obligation, and everything you do, you ask, how does this affect Colorado? How does it affect people, whether it's the opioid epidemic or water? Second, let me talk about people who come before the office. You're professional. Unless you're a fly-by-night company, I will never sue anyone without talking to them first. Our current Attorney General hasn't lived by that rule. It's important to build trust and to operate professionally, because I do believe in creative problem solving, which means not everything is a lawsuit. There might be other ways to resolve issues. That comes from dialogue, working together. Number three, the legislature, and George has been on many different pages here. Sometimes on criminal justice or CORA, he's actively talking about promoting legislation. Other times he says, well, if you've got a client agency, then you're engaged. Here's how I see it. The legislature is a partner in government. When you're implementing laws, consumer protection laws, for example, if you see ways they can work better, you tell the legislator. If the legislature says, we're working on a law on broadband, you have expertise, can you help? You say yes, because we're all in this together. As for the governor, you're the lawyer for the executive branch, which means if you're asked for legal advice, you give it. That's also not been happening right now. Our governor has at times had to turn to private counsel because our Attorney General said, no, I've got a different political view. That's wrong. You need to be, again, the lawyer for the people, committed to the rule of law. We're facing some challenges in democracy right now. I've been at the Justice Department under 2 administrations that operated professionally by the rule of law. I've clerked here in Colorado for David Ebell in the 10th Circuit and at the Supreme Court for Justice White and Justice Ginsburg. And I've been very engaged in our community, and I believe we here in Colorado can show how democracy can work for the people and for all of us. That's why I want to be your Attorney General.